Hey there, Brock. It's Matt here. Obviously, you know your buddy Matt. Why am I doing this as a video post? It's because every time I get an important real estate question now, I'm trying to answer it on my blog. And if you don't mind, just put your answer on this blog as well, because you'll have a really intelligent question, and that way we can create a better dialogue and people can use the resource in the future if I ever do get a similar question. So today, Brock, for those who don't know you, you're my best friend. I said the wedding speech at your wedding. Obviously, yeah, very, very important to me, and you've helped me out through pretty much my whole life. And you asked me today, first of all, you wanted to rent one of my suites, really beautiful suite, fully furnished. You said it was a little bit too small for you, and that you're interested in my Fresh Start lease to own ownership program. So what Fresh Start is for people who are actually in exactly the position you're in right now, which is young professionals with enormous income making potential. You need to be in sales, which is going to make this a little difficult to qualify you for a mortgage, but I'll figure it out. Um, and basically, probably a very small down payment, if any, but I know you so well that I trust your credit. And other than, there's some things you should change financially. Like I've said a few times, the car you drive is excessive. It's extremely excessive, and you should sell it ASAP and get yourself $1,000 car or that free car. Um, that car is outside of your boundaries of wealth right now, and by wealth I mean money. I don't mean real wealth. Um, Wealth of the soul, wealth of everything else that matters. Um, but get rid of that car because you got payments on it, and it's going to kill you, and it's going to hurt you, and it's going to shrink the property you're going to be able to afford. And in Edmonton right now, is I think that's where you're beginning to feel that your roots exist. Because Brock was in Calgary here on a really amazing sales opportunity. Um, yeah. So what you really should be doing, get an employee job. Suzanne, which is his recent newlywed wife, also please get a job. And then the two of you, let's say combined, you guys are going to make about $40 an hour. Okay, I qualified for a $300,000 mortgage not even a couple days ago, making $23 an hour. So you guys are going to hammer through that. Okay, so let's do some simple math, and I might even pull out my calculator if I can't do it in my head. This one's giving me an error. Just give me a sec to reset it. Sorry. Okay, so let's do the math really quick. So what I told Scotiabank I was making, and which was verified by pay stubs, etc., was $25 an hour because I had to ask for a raise from my boss at the last minute to make sure I got it, times 44 hours per week guaranteed, times 4 weeks in a month, $4,400 a month, times 12 months. They thought I was making $52,800 based on the pay stub extrapolation, which is verified by fact, which is verified by my boss, which is legit. So I'm worth $25 an hour when I bust my butt. So for you guys, let's keep the numbers simple here. Let's say, Brock, you make $20 an hour, and Suzanne, you make $20 an hour. I don't know how you're going to do it. Let's just say somehow they average out. And maybe that's too high. So why don't we go $35 an hour? That means one person makes 15. Suzanne, you strike me as a woman with a lot of skills. I don't know you as well as Brock, but I would suspect you're also a very, very diligent worker as well. So let's say between the two of you, you make $35 an hour, and you're working 40 hours a week. You're doing that 4 weeks a month, 12 months a year, $67,200. Now let's make this real simple. Oh, you're gonna follow this so quick, Brock. I should go fast for you, but other people might not follow it as fast as you. You divide that by 12 months, $5,600. That's your gross income per month. So when it comes to qualifying for a home, right now we're in December 2013 in Canada, you can only use up to 32% of your monthly gross income to pay the debt service on your mortgage. So let's break down that statement, okay? Gross monthly income is before you pay taxes how much you would have made with your wage times the number of hours. That's gross monthly income. Now let's look at the next element, which I just forgot. Gross debt service, GDS 32%. I'm sorry for stumbling on this point. Sorry. So I'm going to take $5,600 and I'm going to multiply it by 0.32. That's $1,792. That is how much mortgage payment you can pay per month. Okay, I was talking about debt. So debt is equal to mortgage. Debt equals mortgage, same thing. So you can afford up to $1,792 for monthly mortgage payments. So how much of a house is that? Well, we just extrapolate that out for 12 months for annual debt service, and then we'll divide that by the mortgage rate I recently got, and you're probably of similar risk other than that car you need to sell, and I got 3.45% semi-annually compounded. I'm going to ignore the semi-annually compounding for right now, and that means you could qualify potentially with the correct down payment of 5%, and this is a little bit off, but $623,000. The reason that's a little off is because once you get into really expensive houses like 450 plus, the bank is going to want a lot more down than 5%. But let's use a more conservative number and say you guys want $300,000 house, or maybe even $325,000. I got a really nice house in Millwoods for $325,000. Okay, so take $325,000 and simply multiply it by 0.05. That's your initial down payment, $16,250. Brock, I might have helped you be able to save this down payment if you hadn't bought that car. Anyways, without that, I mean, we have a lot of options. So you guys can see, we basically would have a ton of debt space if you didn't have student loans, if you didn't have car payments. But since I know you do, let's go back to our numbers. And let's say you guys are making, I think it was 57 grand, so let's just say 55,000. So 55,000, which means we divide that by 12, you're making, let's call it $4,600 per month. It's about $4,600 per month. We multiply that by 0.32. Actually, let's do by 0.4, because your total debt service ratio, which is simply 40% of your monthly gross income, can't exceed 40%. What that means is you can't be paying more than 40% of your monthly gross income towards all of your debt payments. So this includes your car, any student loans, any credit cards that are not paid off every month, your revolving credit. And for all of that, including your mortgage payment, it can't exceed $1,840. So now let's say you guys got some student loans, which I suspect there are, and I'm going to say they're going to cost you $800 a month right now. Those are going to get paid off eventually, and you guys should be applying for grants, and you should be getting a repayment assistance plan, and I can help you with all of those. So I'm going to take off $800 right now I'm down to $1,040. So let's take off that car payment, Brock, another $300. We're down to $740 for a monthly mortgage payment. Now we're looking at a tiny house, because if you get that same mortgage at 0.0345%, or sorry, 3.45%, that means you can only afford a $260 house. Kind of best case scenario. So yeah, that's starting to get kind of low. So I'm going to teach you now how to get that down payment without even needing to save up the down payment, okay? So you got this car right now. If you're smart, you got yourself a line of credit. So what you're going to do is you're going to work with your pal Maddie, and we're going to try to get your thing sold on Kijiji, doing some videos and a few other funky things, or I'll teach you how to do it. Get top dollar you can for your car, pay off any little tiny bit of that existing line of credit, and what you're going to do is you're going to go to my broker. His name is David Niven. He's with Colin Bruce, and you can work with him, and basically you're going to use that down payment, which on that car I bet you is around 20 grand, and you can actually use that down payment to buy that house. So let's say you're looking at getting a $280,000 house, 5% down, let's say a little bit more for closing costs, so let's say you need 6.5%, you're getting a $280 house, let's just say for argument's sake, that's $18,200. Brock, you got a $20,000 line of credit. That means you've already saved for your down payment. Sell your car, silly. You can buy a better car later once you have a house and assets and things are increasing. So that is basically how I would suggest you do. Quickly, I'll tell you about the Fresh Start home ownership plan. Yes, I can help you do it. Right now, I certainly have the cash available. Yeah, I'll have the cash available. We might have to look at a June purchase. We'll see. I might be able to round up some more cash. But let's say we got the cash. I'd still have an income problem. So between my partner and I, December 2013, right now we've capped out our income space. We're not going to be able to buy any more properties just using our income until our taxes come in, and maybe it'll say some better things. I mean, it'll say better things, but it's just because of the way we structured the corporation and the way that the banks read the income. And basically, once you get your mortgage payments up to a certain level, you can't qualify for more houses. So I'd need to find another partner who has the income to do it. And I got 3 or 5 people in mind, so I could probably find you that person. The truth is, Brock, I can help you do all this. It will cost you money. I can't do it for free, and we're going to have to sign a very, very long contract in order to get it done, because this would be a complicated thing. And I can walk you through all of it, and I can make it seem really easy. But at the end of the day, man, you should just buy your own house. Plain and simple. I can help you suite it. I'll teach you how to do whatever I can. My schedule's pretty full these days, but I'll do everything I can to help you. So I would say that is your best plan. So I mean, weigh out the options. It's not like I want to discourage you from doing Fresh Start. I think Fresh Start would be great for you, and I can help you a lot with it. But explore this other option for sure. It's worth exploring. So anyways, that's everything I kind of wanted to say. I'd appreciate if you just answered this below the video, because then other people can see your query. Alright, buddy, appreciate it. See ya.